Hi friends, this is Jamie. I want to welcome you guys to my channel today. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. Today is a voiceover, by the way, so if my hands don't match my voice, that is why. This video was a whole bunch of videos combined. I wanted to record the coloring memories tag I was tagged in. I was tagged by Disney Meg a few months ago, or maybe it was just a couple months ago. The originator of this tag was Elm Colors, and I thought I would do kind of a spin-off on it and color a page, basically splitting the page in half and coloring one half like I colored like when I was a kid, and the other half coloring how I color now. So basically a then and now coloring page. And I thought I could try to answer the questions and kind of talk about my coloring journey, and I thought it might be fun. Now, when recording this, I put the actual coloring on hyperlapse, like at 2x speed, like super fast coloring, so you could actually see me finish the page. After I was done recording, yes, I was coloring for an hour, but it probably only recorded 2 minutes of coloring time. So then I'm like, how am I going to answer all these questions with only 2 minutes of footage? So I'm coloring in this book. It's a Rainbow Bright coloring book I bought on Amazon. I'm sure it's not a legit Rainbow Bright coloring book because the images aren't perfect or anything. But I thought it's like a kid's coloring book. It works. I was born in the Rainbow Bright era. I was born in '83. It was right when Rainbow Bright was kind of dying down and My Little Pony was big and all that stuff. And I just thought, hey, well, I'll color in this and we'll just go for it. Yeah, I'm gonna just start with the questions. As you're watching, you'll see me split the page in half, and then I will go into the hyperlapse of coloring, and half of it I'm using crayons to color like I did as a kid, and the other half I'm going to use my alcohol markers. Now, I'm not doing any extensive shading or anything on the now half. I'm just doing like my basic marker coloring that I usually do. So, the first question in the memories tag is, did you have a favorite coloring book or books as a child? And I actually pulled up some images of a couple books that I actually do remember having as a kid. Let me grab them. So, as you can see on screen, I put 2 coloring books in, an Aladdin coloring book and a Care Bears coloring book. Those 2, I actually do remember having both of those in my, right here. I'm just showing, I'm double hiding this, but you could just ignore my hands. I actually had both of those coloring books when I was a kid, but for the most part, we didn't have tons of coloring books. We had lots of construction paper and lots of just paper and crayons to draw our own things, because we couldn't always afford to just go get a coloring book. Those ones that I showed you were ones that I just remember having. And so that kind of answers number 1 and number 4, because number 4 was, did you color or draw more as a child? Well, since we couldn't afford a lot of coloring books, I definitely drew my pictures, and then I would color them in myself. Because every Christmas we would actually get a box of Crayola crayons. So we were fortunate to have those. Now, I had the kind of crayon box that you lifted the cover and you could see them stacked. I'll show you a picture of the kind of crayons I had growing up. That basically answers number 2. The question is, what was your go-to art supplies as a child? Obviously, Crayola crayons. So I'll put in that picture so you guys can see. Here I'm showing you that this is the page I'm going to color. So, yeah, the next question, it says, do you have a coloring memory as an adult or a child? A lot of times as a kid, when I colored, we usually colored when we went to church. Because it was like a way to keep the kids focused and sit there during church meetings when they when you needed to listen and stuff like that. So a lot of times we would color while we were in church. And I remember coloring at church, and I remember when I would go to school, in elementary school, art class was my favorite class. I loved to draw pictures, color pictures. If there was a worksheet that had like a little character on the side or a little thing or whatever, I would try to color it, even if I didn't have any crayons, or I'd take it home and color it as part of my homework, even though, say it was, like, I remember I had to write an essay about Thanksgiving one year, and there was a little picture of a turkey on the corner. Well, yes, I wrote the essay, but I had to color the turkey. I couldn't just turn in the essay without the turkey colored, and I had to decorate the page. And when I had like color or spotlight of the month or whatever in school, well, of course I had to have things colorful, and I had to color because I've always just loved color. And you can't just leave it plain. That's boring. At least to me, that's how I was when I was a kid. And like when I would go to relatives' house, I didn't color or anything. It was mainly just in school, and we colored when we were at church. And I mean, I always loved art, but like being a kid, I definitely loved to play outside and play with my brothers and go fishing and get dirty and stuff like that. So I wasn't always in the house coloring. I was mainly the kind of kid that when I didn't feel good, I usually was coloring, or I needed something to distract me, or it was a rainy day. If it was a good day, we were outside. I'll be honest. Yeah, the next question I'm going to answer is the number 5 question. What was your first adult coloring book? And my first adult coloring book was the Disney Animals Art Therapy coloring book. It's a hardbound coloring book. And I've shown it many times on the channel. Originally, I wanted the Thomas Kincaid Disney book, but it was on some kind of temporary out of stock thing when I ordered it. And so I ordered the animal book to wait until that one arrived. So I ordered the Disney Kincaid one, but the first book I got was actually the animal one. What was my first adult coloring supply? Well, I've always kind of had colored pencils and things like that from high school. We always have crayons on hand, because when my son, who's 20 now, got older, or was younger, I would get him coloring books, and I would color with him, and we would color with crayons or Crayola twistable pencils or Crayola twistable crayons and things like that. But I didn't really think of crayon coloring as like a hobby. I just colored in children's coloring books with my son as something to do together because it was just me and him. And after a while, I guess I just had those supplies just already in my collection. But like when I started the adult coloring journey, what was like my first medium, it would have to be gel pens. I remember I got some gel pens at Walmart and I really enjoyed them. It was a lot of fun. And then I got the Castle Art colored pencils was next. And I can tell my video's like almost done because as you can see, that speed coloring went really fast. You can see what I've done, the separation of the two. Yeah. I was thinking I was going to have this long time to talk to you guys, and I seriously doubt I will. The next question is, how did I get into adult coloring? It's just something that I wanted to try something to de-stress, and I really love Disney, and so one day I was on Amazon and I looked and I saw that they had these Disney coloring books for adults, and I thought I would get one and try it out. And then after a while you get hooked. You start off with 30 books and then all of a sudden you have 120, and then before you know it, your collection is like over 1,000 books. And I was asking myself this morning, how many books does one person need? And I do de-stash all the time, but then I accumulate more because my mother and I were having this conversation, and she said, you'll never color any of all those books throughout your whole lifetime. And I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see. The next question was, who was the first YouTube colorist that I ever watched? And when I started searching YouTube videos, I came across Peta Hewitt's channel, and I thought her work was extraordinary, and the things she could do with just a Crayola pencil was just remarkable. And yeah, I loved it. Unbelievable. What was the first page you remember being really proud of? It was actually a 2-page spread in my Imagimorphia. I don't have the picture handy, but it's the one with the Zeppelins. It was the first double-page spread I had ever done, and I was just extremely proud of what I accomplished in that book. And yeah, still to this day, I know I can do better now, but I'm still really proud of what I achieved and how I was able to conquer a 2-page spread and how I felt. And I was just so incredibly proud of myself for doing something of that magnitude. The last question is, what made you think, yes, I am now an adult colorist? Like, I am the adult colorist. I don't know if I actually feel like I am an adult colorist or anything like that. I think I feel Coloring is a way for me to handle my panic anxiety disorder and a way to get away from the world for 5 minutes. I don't try to color to impress or anything like that. I just color to, maybe I'm coloring to impress myself, but maybe I don't know. I guess I don't consider myself that. Okay guys, so my video cut off when I was talking. Sorry, I have like a ton of things all over my desk. But let me see if I can move this so that it kind of is level somewhat. Yeah, the last question that I was answering was, what made you think, yes, I am now absolutely an adult colorist? And I don't really feel that I am like this master adult colorist or anything like that, or a member of the elite colorist team or anything like that. Like I said, I just color to help my mental health and my my panic anxiety disorder that I have, and I may be coloring to impress myself or try to give myself a challenge to do better, or just to like color down on paper or anything like that. I guess if you take the word and break it down, yes, I am an adult, and yes, I am a colorist. But do I consider myself that? I don't know if I do. I do consider myself an artist because I do other things besides coloring. I do consider myself like a creator because I do create different things with different stuff, and I help others create things that they like, children and adults, and help them find different things to do as well. Yeah, I guess for me, the word adult colorist sounds so professional, and I guess I don't feel that way. Yeah, that's all the questions. There's a bonus that says, who in the community do you remember reaching out to you and making you feel included? And there were several people that reached out to me. The very first person that ever tagged me in any video was Lavelia, and I believe it was the quarantine tag, I think, or maybe it was the desert island tag. It's on the channel. It's in the tags playlist. Yeah, that was the very first tag I was tagged in. And I remember when I was tagged, I was like, holy cow, someone actually watches my small little channel. Someone actually even notices me enough to tag me in a coloring community tag. Yeah, I was floored. I kind of like fangirl, dumbfounded, whatever you want to call it. That little Jamie is being tagged to do something, and I don't even know what I'm doing. You know, I guess, yeah. And then through the journey, before I was on YouTube, I was on Facebook, and I made some friends on there, and I've had some friends follow me from Facebook and still are my friends today. And then I started meeting people through YouTube. They would message me on Instagram, and we'd talk and have fun, and We would become friends. There's been, I'm not going to actually mention names because there's so many that have talked to me and become my friends through the past. And I just appreciate everybody's comments and messages. And every time you guys send me a quick little hi, hello over on Instagram, or even the comments that you leave on YouTube, it's just remarkable, the response. I never would have thought a small town girl like me could do something like this and have over 4,000 subscribers. I'm just doing me. Yeah, I never would have thought. I mean, have I had my ups and downs? Of course. I have had comments that weren't nice comments. And I kind of have this, like, 3 strikes you're out policy in my head. Basically, everyone has a bad day. So there's certain things that, okay, I shrug off, and then after a certain point, I'm sorry, you're blocked. You can't be mean all the time. You know, but there also are certain things that are red flags that I don't need on my channel. And I don't want people criticizing other people on my channel and, you know, just different things. I mean, I don't want to focus on the negatives, but there has been bad things throughout my coloring journey. But the good things, the good comments, the support outweighs the negative. So if you are looking into wanting to start a YouTube channel and things like that, keep that in mind. There will be negative days, negative comments, but the positive is so much larger than the negative. It can be very rewarding. Now, on my channel, obviously, I've said before, I'm not monetized. I'm not affiliate for anything. I do this channel because this is my hobby, and I love art, and I want to share that with you, and I want to have a place where I can go and feel like I have a friend across the kitchen table, if that makes sense. Be able to talk to someone, and when you guys leave comments and things, it's like getting a response from that friend across the table. And that really does mean a lot to me. Sorry, guys. Yeah, my coloring journey has definitely been an up and down thing in life, and some moments I will pick a page. Like last month I did that Hannah Carlson page with the bears, and it was one of those pages that I just was feeling, and when I colored it, I knew what I wanted to do, and the whole process was almost like I was in a whole nother world and focusing on that, and it put me in a whole nother state of being. But then also I have the times where I color something and I just am frustrated and I need to just lay color on paper. I don't care how it looks in the end. You know, I have those moments where I am like in the Zen state, and then the other where it's like just, oh, you know. So I think that coloring and art and everything has really just taken me to a place where I feel safe, and I feel not judged, and I feel like I can be myself. I mean, yeah. But as you can see, the picture that I did, basically my coloring style really hasn't changed too much since I was a kid. If anything, my mediums have changed and my patience level has changed. But I've always had kind of a knack for picking colors and finding what I love to color and what I want to draw, and just being able to create and have fun in the world of art. And I want to thank Disney Meg for tagging me. I do apologize it took me so long to do this video. And I also want to thank Elm Colors, Erica, for creating such a wonderful tag. Sorry I did a little more talking and more of a spin-off, but yeah, I've really had some different things happen in my life through the world of coloring and art, and I just wanted to talk some more because sometimes I'm a gabby gabber, and yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go for the day. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day, and you guys remember you are wonderful and you can do anything you want to do. And I will see you guys next video. Please take care and stay safe. Bye, friends.